Welcome back to Mega Man 10. We're still here in Sheepman stage using base. Now, to get across this section, you have to run on these treadmills to make these platforms rise up. I showed this off earlier in the beginning of the stage in the last video, but hey, it's been a while since I uploaded, so I figured I'd remind you. And we have these spikes. These spikes are instant death. But if you hit the platform next to it to make them vanish, it'll make them disappear. It'll make the spikes disappear just like the blocks. And you can just jump across the disappearing, reappearing blocks that show up there. Gotta love how base can aim diagonally. It makes things go by much quicker. And there's really no reason, if you've downloaded base, there's honestly no reason not to use base over Mega Man and Proto Man, especially over Proto Man, oh god. Again, I don't hate Proto Man, but his gameplay style just makes the game harder than it needs to be. Base, on the other hand, I won't say he makes the game super easy, but compared to Mega Man, it's just... I know a lot of people prefer to have rapid fire, and since base has rapid fire and can shoot in 8 directions, plus having a dash, he's basically a faster Mega Man, so why not? If you want to get that weapon tank, it's kind of hard, but really... Actually, it's not. You just have to pay attention to where the blocks are, and then you just take them out normal. Gotta love how base can just knock off shields like that. Yeah, if you just keep firing at a shielded enemy for a while, eventually base will just knock the shield off of them. That works for those shield attackers, as you saw there, and it also works on Sniper Joes. So, yeah. But we're already at Sheepman. Sorry for cutting the video short last time. I didn't want to make it too terribly long. But this is Sheepman, weak against the Rebound Striker. He's going to jump into the sky, and then he's going to create 4 clouds that shoot that shock the ground. If you're playing on hard mode, every single lightning bolt's going to cause that little energy orbs to fly out, as you see with the last one here. Like you noticed if you... Well, another thing too, because base can shoot straight up, he doesn't necessarily need to use the Rebound Striker to hit Sheepman when he's in the air. You can just keep aiming straight up until you hit the right one. But if you're using the Rebound Striker, it is his weakness, so it bounces off the wall and it's a little bit easier to aim. But I took him out pretty easily because he's a pretty simple boss. He's a little bit easier with base because he can aim. But then for beating him, we get the Thunder Wool, which, not gonna lie, is by far the worst weapon in this entire game. It's really bad. It's way too slow, and it only stays in front of you for like 10 seconds. Or no, 10 seconds would be good. You fire that cloud, it hovers up, and it shoots a lightning bolt, but it's really slow. Anyway, we're back to being Mega Man for the next video. Well, for the next Robot Master, anyway. But I'm gonna buy some stuff first. It's always good to buy some things. Specifically the energy balancer, because, well, I don't feel like having to keep swapping out weapons to recharge them. So it's much easier to just be able to grab it and have the game refill the weapons for me at my leisure. I bought some energy tanks and extra lives because I had some bolts to spare, why not? But we're gonna go in weakness order, yet again, so it's Mega Man going on to Pump Man's stage. So we got our water stage of the game here, and it's much easier than Splash Woman's. I can guarantee you that right now. It actually kind of reminds me of Wheelgator's stage in Mega Man X2. I guess because it's more of a sewer it's more of a sewer level than an actual water facility. It's more like a sewer facility than a water stage. And anyone that's played Mega Man X2, you'll probably remember that Wheelgator's stage Well, actually, no. Wheelgator's stage wasn't a fact. Toxic Seahorse, that's the level I was thinking of. Never mind. I'm thinking of the wrong Mega Man X game. Because Wheelgator's stage was a tank. No, Mega Man X3 had Toxic Seahorse's level. And it looked kind of similar to this. It was like a factory level with water and everything. Again, you see these 3 weapons here that I'm cycling through. Those are special weapons you get for beating the DLC bonus stages. I'll show those off in an extra video, but I'm going to try to not use them too much in this playthrough. Because if you start a new game, as long as you've beaten the 3 special stages, you're gonna keep the 3 special weapons. So the only way you can get rid of it is by completely reformatting your Wii or your system's hard drive, and I would not recommend doing that because, as far as I can tell, all the DLC, you can't get it anymore because the eShop doesn't seem to work for Mega Man 9 and 10 anymore. I've been told that the eShop still does work on the Wii, but for some reason you can't get any of the stuff off of the eShop for Mega Man 9 and 10's DLC. Oh well. As you saw there's a split path there. I'm taking the lower path with Mega Man, but since I'm gonna have to replay through the stage 2 more times with Proto Man and Bass anyway, I will show off the other section. But this is the lower path. You have this machine that launches out these bubbles that helps you across these gaps, and if you want to break through it, you can just shoot them. Be careful though, because there are spikes, and we have these Red Susies back. We haven't seen these guys since Mega Man 1. It's been forever. I mean, they weren't even in Mega Man 7 and 8. I missed these guys. We also have an upgraded Slugmet who launches these purple orbs that make you slippery when you're walking, so when you stop moving you're going to slide forward a little bit after you move. And you also have the shrimp enemies back from Mega Man 2, except they're a little more aggressive this time than they were in Mega Man 2. Be careful about these bubbles, because if they rise into the spikes, it'll still kill you. It doesn't just pop the bubble and make you fall. You will die if you drift up into the spikes there. So be a little bit careful, be a little cautious here when you're walking. Make sure you don't jump too high, otherwise you're going to jump into the spikes and die. And if you're using Mega Man, you don't have a slide or a dash, so you're going to have to be a little bit cautious. Especially right here with the energy tank being right in front of a wall of spikes. If you're playing hard mode, these... I think they're called octopus batteries, is their technical name, so I'll just call them that. I've heard them be called that in other videos from other Let's Players that I've seen play these games. But if you're playing on harder difficulty modes, especially hard mode, these guys move twice as fast. Anyway, we made it to the end of the stage, so I'm going to show off the alternate pathway here with Proto Man. Sorry for the abrupt cut there. But this is the alternate pathway if you felt like taking this way. Which is kind of nice because you can get an extra life down here. And if you're playing as Proto Man, you're going to need all the extra lives you can get because... blah. Again, I don't hate Proto Man, but he just makes the game harder than it should be. Like, look at all that damage I just took. One hit from that spider does the same... does 1/4 of my health. It's ridiculous. And I'm playing on easy... or, well, I'm not playing on easy mode. I'm playing on normal mode. Keep that in mind. If I were playing on hard mode, I'd have half my health right now. Hard mode also doesn't drop nearly as much life energy. But anyway, I'm not going to be fighting Pump Man in this video as Proto Man. I'm just showing off the alternate pathway you can take. And this is technically the harder pathway because it's slightly longer, and you have these tighter jumps to make. These water these water areas, the water does push you down when you're jumping, so you're gonna have to be a little bit careful. If you're not at the very edge of the platform when you jump, the water pressure will probably be strong enough to push you completely all the way down into the pit. The upside, though, is as Proto Man, you can block these shots here with the Proto Shield, which is pretty nice. And the charge shot does do double damage. It's just that these guys have a lot of health, so it does take a little bit of time to get rid of them. You also have to fight more Slugmets. But yeah, so I would recommend taking the path that I took as Mega Man, because this path is a little bit harder. Sure, you get the extra life as a reward for going the harder path, but since you can just buy extra lives for just 20 bolts, I would prefer to just take the normal path. But anyway, that's the secondary path there. So let's cut back to Mega Man and we can fight Pump Man. Yeah, this is gonna be fun to edit. Oh well. Anyway, we got Pump Man here, and since I have like no health left, I'm probably not gonna do very well against Pump Man here. He's going to start off the battle. Oh wait, I had the foresight to use my energy tank before the battle even started. Yay! Anyway, Pump Man has a water shield where he'll stand still and he'll start using the pump on his head to make the water shield appear. And when he uses that, he'll jump a bit. If you don't hit him with the Thunder Wolf, he's going to jump about 1 or 2 times. And then on the third jump, he's going to release his water shield attack. Like that. The other thing that I don't like about the Thunder Wool is it uses up energy real fast. So while it is Pump Man's weakness, it just takes way too long to do any damage to him with it. I don't like that weapon at all. I feel a lot more comfortable just using the regular Buster. Even when I'm playing the game as Proto Man and Base, I mean, sheesh. Now, Proto Man has twice as hard. I have a lot more trouble fighting him with Proto Man because of the double damage thing, but that's beside the point. For beating Pump Man, we get the Water Shield, which is kind of a downgrade from the Jewel Satellite in Mega Man 9. But that's just because the Jewel Satellite in Mega Man 9 was broken. But after you beat 4 stages, you get the Rush Jet. And that's only if you're playing as Mega Man, because Base and Proto Man already have their own flying mechanic and stuff. But anyway, in the next video, we're going to be going on to Solar Man with Proto Man. See you guys then.